Welcome to our second Twin Flames live Q&A. I'm Jeff.
I'm Shaleia.
And we have with us here special guests, Twin Flames Jason and Contessa. If you want to click on their faces.
Oh, yeah,
so
sorry.
that we can broadcast.
Very
good. Hi, Jason and Contessa. Thank you very much for coming. We have with us here. Oh, hold on. I got some feedback here. That's our live on air. Working in the background. Very good. But we're here, and everyone else can chat there.
I think we got our shit together now.
Definitely got our shit together as far as the technical goes. So, hello, Jason, Contessa. Thank you, and welcome. Very good. So, let's get started with the questions.
Who is first?
Who's first? Who has a question for us or Jason and Contessa? Bring on the questions.
All right.
Don't be shy. We'll get a lot of questions. I see this nice young lady smiling, and I know you have a question like 21. Go ahead, like 21.
Well, I always believe.
Oh, someone just jumped in your space.
You say, and
Oh, Susie.
Susie's going.
The same thing. What is inside of me that blocking my union?
So we're just getting technical handled by muting everyone else here.
Exercises, I clear stuff. And there's like just something.
Yeah.
I actually saw him last night from a distance. He was on business. He's the cop. I didn't talk to him.
4 seconds of it. Go. So this isn't, Susie, your internet connection is not working clearly for us. So I'm going to unfortunately have to eject you so you can try to come back again and ask a question.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can get that figured out. But let's go back to like 21 here. I know that you have a question in your heart. You are clear to speak, and we are clear to hear your question. Hopefully your web works good. So go ahead and ask your question. I know you've got something to ask. And don't be shy here. We're here with you.
She knows. Just let her talk.
All right, my bad.
Yeah.
I was wondering, when trying the mirror exercise, I get stuck at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly how I got stuck or.
Okay, so tell us. Let's just go through it, shall we? Can you hear us? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So let's go through the mirror exercise for you. Can you tell us what's the first thing? What's your big upset in your life right now?
My past.
Past. Okay. Is there something specific in your past that's upsetting you, or is it just your past entirely?
I think it's my past entirely, but the biggest part is being bullied when I was young. My mother has psychosis, so.
Okay, so you're upset at your mother, who had psychosis. Are you upset at her for having psychosis, or something that she did to you specifically that's upsetting you?
Yeah, take care of my little brother, and it fell on me. So I was the one who brought him to school, made him food, brought him to bed, and.
So what are you upset about what are you upset at your mom about specifically?
Really take care of us.
So you're upset at your mom because she didn't take care of you. Is that it? Yeah. So the first step of the mirror exercise is to state the upset. And what we did was we went from, I'm upset with my past. And that wasn't really clear. I'm upset with my, was it the whole past or something specifically? So we went all the way down until we found, I'm upset with my mother because she didn't take care of us. So that's the upset. So do you know how to do and what step 2 is?
turn the upset around. So this I'm upset with myself because I couldn't take care of us. I don't know.
Well, that I didn't take care of myself, right? I couldn't take care of myself. Sure,
Mhm.
either of those work fine.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know what the next step is of the mirror exercise?
Not really.
Okay, so you ask, is there any truth to that statement?
Mm.
So is there any truth to that statement that you can't take care of yourself? Or you didn't take care of yourself? Yeah,
I think
even just
so,
a
yeah.
little bit. Yeah, right there. So then now that you found that part of you that's upset, right? Like we already identified it. Just ask it, what does it need to feel loved right now? Yourself say in response.
Time for myself, I guess.
Okay, so what does that really mean?
I think take a day out and just, I know, I don't know how to explain it.
Keep going. This is good. This is essential.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Taking a day out to relax and pamper myself.
So pamper yourself is the essence of what it's asking.
Time to relax and come into myself and
Good. So here is the trick with the mirror exercise that many people get stepped up on. Because you heard, well, take a day out and pamper yourself, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So logically you want to, okay, well, if I'm doing the mirror exercise, I give myself what it asks. And then you plan some day, 6 weeks in advance, and then you go take care of yourself. No, that is not accurate. That's not correct. The correct thing to do is give that love to yourself within right now. So it's really asking for pampering. So why don't you imagine going within yourself right now and pampering yourself? Going within your heart right now and giving yourself that pampering. Give that part of yourself that pampering, and you can wrap that part of yourself up in a nice hug in your mind's eye. And you might even amplify that pampering through your heart chakra and shine a brightly colored light at that part of yourself with that pampering love that it desires. And let it melt into you, and you wrap yourself up in a hug. And you might notice that you're just hugging yourself all along, and that part of yourself has melted into you, and that you've given the love it's asked, and you've healed yourself. And that's the mirror exercise completed. Very good. Good. So what part of the mirror exercise were you having trouble with?
that part.
The what's that?
That's going in. I think it's going to part where I have to go into myself and see it in my mind's eye.
Yeah, you need to go within with the mirror exercise. It's a spiritual practice you can do right there, wherever you are, and just handle it. It's not something that requires, weeks and months and years to accomplish. You just write it out, find the upset, and heal it right there.
Yeah.
Very easy. Good. Thank you for your question. Good. So who else has a question? Wave your hand in front of your face, because I know someone's got a question. Don't be shy here. All right, Fabian's got a question, so you need to go over there actually and unmute him.
I got it.
Oh, you've just muted him.
Oh, whoops. You said unmute him.
Unmute him. Very good. And then mute the other lady, like 21, just so that her background noise doesn't come
There you
in.
go.
Very good.
Good to go.
Hey, Fabian.
Hey, first of all, let me thank you for all your amazing work. I'm a big fan of your work.
And thank you for yours, Fabian.
Yeah.
Congratulations once again on bringing your first client into union with his twin flame.
Yeah, that's a success
Yeah, it's
Very good
fabulous.
victory, yeah.
If you're unable to afford our one-on-one work, Fabian himself offers twin flame support. He has been with us for almost a year now, studying deeply our work. And what you're going to get in his school and his work is basically our work, but through his mouth and his eyes and his heart. And his experience, and in a way that may be different or suitable for you. And certainly, as far as I'm aware right now, he's able to do a lot more personalized one-on-one time, and it's significantly more affordable than what we're able to offer right now. So Fabian, what's your website? How can people connect with you?
My website is twinflamesmastery.com.
twinflamesmastery.com. Beautiful. So
Perfect.
if you're interested in Fabian's work, he does have a YouTube channel as well. Check out his website, twinflamesmastery.com.
Yeah.
So what's your question, Fabian?
So my question is, well, let me tell you, I might already know the answer, but here's what I am feeling at the moment in regards to my own twin flame journey.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of heaviness in it, you know. It feels like I need to fight for it, that there's a war that I need to transcend.
Yeah.
But I know in my heart of hearts that it is not supposed to feel that heavy.
Right.
I know that it is supposed to feel very easy and light.
Right.
So my question is, what is the problem there? Like, how can I get this feeling back of lightheartedness and so on?
So what do you think the answer is, first of all?
Well, mirror exercise would be the short.
Okay, but what is that going to provide for you? What is the real answer for you here? Of course, it's the mirror exercise, but you're looking for something, you know, a little more satisfying. Like that answer is our broad and general answer for anyone's upset.
The Tylenol pill of upsets.
Right, this is it, right? It's the duct tape of all problems, and truly it is. But you're looking for something a little more satisfying, a little more expansive and deep, because you've been doing this and it's been your solution all along, right? But what are you really looking for here? Because you already know what to do. What are you really looking for? What are you really asking?
Well, I'm asking what the root of my problem is, right?
What's the root problem?
What I'm sensing here is that I'm still in separation consciousness.
The root of your problem is you think you have a problem.
Okay.
Like, you know, we want to be multi-ass billionaires. We're still in separation consciousness from our enormous wealth.
Yeah.
It's really not a problem.
No,
it's okay.
Still working into it.
You know, we accept where we are right now.
Yeah. We're increasing our wealth consciousness, you know, every step of the way. And it's a process. We don't just go from serving lack consciousness to all of a sudden like pure wealth consciousness, because there's a lot of energy that we have built up towards being and living and thinking in lack mentality because of our upbringing and our environment and stuff. So, you know, like God will give us this little piece and this little piece, and it's just enough. So we let go of the old, and all that energy that we put into the lack consciousness is now going into wealth consciousness. But it isn't just like that, you know, all of a sudden we're like pure wealth consciousness and our whole entire reality reflects that, because it'd just be too shocking and traumatic, and it wouldn't be compassionate. And so the same is true when you're going from separation consciousness into complete unity consciousness. You have a lot of programming that you're picking at, and you know, it's just like a twine ball that you're unraveling. You don't just boop, you know, it's all unraveled, right? And it's just like I was saying, wouldn't be compassionate to go from like pure separateness to like all of a sudden.
Right, and especially for you, Fabian, you're underestimating the depth of your mind and the depth of what's there for you to change in order to have what you are looking for, what you desire, which is harmonious union consciousness. And so what you're also not recognizing is how much people need of you for you as a spiritual teacher. so that you can, teach others and lead the way for others too. And you're already doing a lot of that because you've already done so much work.
Mhm.
But to have the full result in your life, you're going to need to clear out all of your mind, all of the places. And you're thinking that it's a lot smaller than it is. And, I know that you've heard this from us before, but it's still the same answer. You're like, okay, I really upgraded the way that I'm seeing myself. And I've really, thank you. I really understand that I'm a lot greater than, I thought I was. But now that I'm here where I thought I would have a harmonious union consciousness, there's still more coming up to, dissolve and heal.
And you know why that is for us? Because we still have, we have another twin flame, and we're still coming into union, harmonious union with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so for us, the way to that is through working through our lack consciousness into wealth consciousness, because we would never bring a baby into the world if we weren't ready. Not consciously, we wouldn't do that. So that's part of our journey, why it's meaningful to us, because it's completely related to our twin flame union. So
you might look at yourself, Fabian, and say, well, I'm not in union. How did I bring my clients into union? Well, ask the same of us. We're not in full union with our full twin flame union. We got another twin flame here.
Yeah.
We haven't even met her yet.
Not physically.
And look over at Jason and Contessa are in harmonious union now. How did we do that?
Yeah.
Their full union's here. Ours isn't.
Yeah, that's the difference between them and us, is they get to experience that full energy of their union, and we don't yet.
Yeah,
we haven't yet.
And yet we're still the teachers.
Yeah.
How is that possible? Well, it's possible because this is God's design.
Yeah.
So here we are, just as humble as you. Does that answer your question, Fabian?
Wonderful. Yeah, I think I got it. It's a process, and I'm calling in so much love. It takes time and effort. Yeah.
It requires that time and effort, like you said.
I think it's more like time and letting go, or divine order and letting go.
Well, there's a work to it, right? Like, don't deny the spiritual work that.
No, I don't deny it, but that's usually the spiritual work is letting go.
Letting go, right?
Programming.
That's really all it is.
Right.
Good. So thank you, Fabian.
Thank you.
All right. So who's got the next question? Wave your hand. Shake it around. All right, Gregory, I know you had something.
Okay.
All right, just a sec while we unmute you.
I gotta find Gregory here. There
you go.
I think he's
just
unmuted.
Take his the slider bar and increase it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I can't see because of the microphone. Okay, here we go. That's much better.
Very good. Hi, Gregory.
Hello. I love you guys so much. I'm really excited about everything and us all coming together.
Yeah.
I actually had a question that I had a question for your guys' actual journey. Sure. I know that we talk a lot about as far as accepting love and whatnot. But how does someone, I guess per se, how does someone actually work through that vibration of accepting love? Like, I mean, like you're so say for instance someone gets into their twin flame journeys and whatnot, and then they begin to experience that love and that harmonious union mindset. At what point did that become comfortable for you guys, in which where you were able to just fully just be in that vibration?
Yeah, I get that. It comes a little at a time, right? It's never going to come all at once. And so
it's just exactly what we were talking about with Fabian, and how you just get one little piece by piece. Like even now, like where we are now, I wouldn't have been able to have accepted this amount of love from Jeff in our life that I would have 3-4 years ago.
I couldn't have accepted today's love yesterday. That's the truth, right?
I don't know. Well, I guess, yeah.
It's because it's today's love.
It's piece by piece.
Give us this day our daily bread.
True, yeah. So once again, it's just a dance and like an easing into process. And the further you go with your twin, the more developed it gets. And when you notice that there's resistances to love, then that that's an opportunity to work through it. And it's very obvious where the resistances are when you're making love to each other, because you know how intimate you feel in your heart with them, and, you know, where you don't, where your mind's wandering, you're thinking about this, you're starting to get triggered, like, you know, all these things. It's amplified, you know, partly by lovemaking, but you don't need to do that to know. It's just a step-by-step process. But, you know, I think, like, for me, I definitely use our lovemaking as an indicator of how open I am to love. And then I work through it from there in my heart.
So one thing I want to add and to deepen into your deeper question is that, you know, it's about grounding in exactly what's coming to you now, right? Like, you know, the energy of, you know, harmonious union, you can feel it coming to you, and you can feel it coming to you in great big gulps. But it's only when you ground in that gulp and become relaxed with what's happening to you right now and receive what's being given to you fully, that the next one can come. So it comes for you in big gulps, for some people in tiny little, you know, thimbles, and for others in great big waterfalls that they can't handle because they called it in and they're like, okay, God, let's do, you know, how about a nice drinking glass instead, right? So it comes to you by your asking and by your willingness to open and receive, and it grounds in by your willingness to accept that it happens. So for us, it's happening one step at a time, one day at a time, one experience, one moment at a time. Does that answer your question?
That does answer my question. So if I could, can I just tag on another question?
Sure.
Your guys' personal journeys, at what point, and when, just because I know a little bit about it, when Shaleia was in Arizona, you were in Hawaii, at what point did you guys figure out that this is the moment to take that step?
As soon as it arose, right?
Yeah, as soon as it became, like, obvious. And for us, it was very quick, like within a month of us, you know, talking online, you know, and starting to really develop a connection, talking online every day. Then, you know, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and pretty much shortly after, like a month after being his girlfriend, we just knew the direction it was going to take, that we're just going to live together, and it made sense. And we were both in these kind of weird limbo places in our life because we were really waiting for the right time and opportunity to start our life together and move in. And so that's when he booked his ticket around, I think it was around your birthday that year.
Yeah,
like
just after
2014 or something. He booked his ticket to come see me and was basically like, I'm staying for a month. And by the way, you should plan on leaving your entire life in Arizona and come live with me. Shit, I've done this before and I've gotten burned bad, especially by my false twin flame. You know, so I was a little scared and nervous, but there's something in my heart of hearts. I was like, I know this is different. Like, what I have with this man is different. This doesn't feel like a false twin flame. This doesn't feel like a soulmate or even a non-soulmate. This feels like the person that I've been waiting for my whole life. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take the leap and drop everything and hope I don't financially die and that I don't move in with this psycho and that I'm trapped on an island full of people I don't know. And, you know, I pretty much knew, like, after, you know, during that full month of Jeff staying with me, I, of course, like, I had it was very clear to me, like, yeah, this is fine. We're going to move in together and it's going to be okay. And obviously that's how it turned out. But, like, for us, it was just like, well, why are we waiting? Like, what's there to wait for? I've been waiting for you my whole damn life. Like, let's solidify this thing. Let's get our lives moving. Like, I'm ready. Are you ready? Good. You're ready. I'm ready. Let's get going on this nice white horse of ours.
Yeah, it just became obvious and clear step by step through the desire in our hearts, right?
Right.
There wasn't some formula written in the sky. Or
that's
in a
the
book
thing.
somewhere,
Is like twin flames and twin flame union really defies societal expectations of relationships. But I think that's what people find very nerve nerve-wracking and what they get kind of anxious about is, well, you know, my parents, my friends, my coworkers, they're gonna tell me you need to wait 6 months or whatever it is before you move in, or you need to wait like 2 years before you could consider marrying them. But it's different with your twin flame. Like, those rules, they have absolutely no application or place in a twin flame union, because in spiritual truth, you know, you're already married to your twin flame. Everyone here is married to their twin flame, and once you heal that separation consciousness from being with your twin flame, then there's really no reason why you shouldn't start bringing your lives together and moving forward on your twin flame life purpose journey.
Very good.
That is perfect. That's exactly what I needed to know. Just one step at a time, and just kind of trust and let things be.
Yeah, one step at a time.
It's a beautiful process, and just allow it to unfold, because every single step is juicy and delicious. Yeah,
I love it. Thank you guys so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, who's got the next question? All right, I think Inga raised her hand. Inga, can you click on her face, please?
I'm trying to
Right here.
mute
Gregory.
There you go. And
Inga's up to.
where? Oh, there we go.
You gotta take her slider and increase it.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
And click on her face, please. So
Yep.
get that sorted.
Yeah.
Good. Inga, is there any way you can move your camera down? Because it's like we see your head.
Like
Perfect.
that.
Yeah, much
Perfect.
better.
Great.
How are you today?
I'm better, thank you.
Yeah, you're looking much brighter, happier, and more relaxed since we saw you last week.
Good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I had some help from the group, and I really appreciate that.
Congratulations. For the viewers who don't know, if you're not a student in Ascension School, you wouldn't know, but Inga joined Twin Flame Ascension School right after coming on the call last week. So congratulations to Inga, and we're very happy to have you as part of our school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just working through all this. Has brought up a lot of things.
Yeah.
Right before I joined, I actually had called my twin and I had like a 40-minute conversation with him after thinking I was blocked and had been blocked for almost 4 months. You know, part of my question is, it's occurred to me that since I'm not blocked, why am I not trying to talk to him? You know, that seems sort of basic, but like, I feel like why am I not just picking up the phone and trying to call him? You know, I want to respect boundaries, but he hasn't set any.
I've got some help for you. And maybe we can call upon Fabian to answer this one, because I think he knows it quite well. So Fabian, if she's so unblocked, why isn't she trying to call her twin flame? Or why isn't he calling her immediately? What's going on there?
Well, what I would suggest is that you follow the feeling in your heart, you know, and if you feel guided to reach out to your twin flame, to claim them, then definitely do so. But you want to make sure that you're in the right place before you do this.
Yeah, I mean, that resonates with me too. I have sent him a couple emails that were just nice emails, kind of just sharing information, which I felt like I should do, but I'm not really surprised that he hasn't responded, because it's like I can feel him, like I can actually feel like his energy or something.
Yeah. So
at least I think I can. I don't know.
Is your question really like, how do I get him to respond to me?
Well, no, it was what I asked was, you know, am I just, you know, am I wasting time because I could just pick up the phone and talk to him? You know, he hasn't blocked me. He hasn't told me not to. And I thought, am I just making this harder than it has to be? So,
yes, that's my professional answer for you. But is your question really, why am I not calling him? What's your real question here, Inga?
Well, I think that's also part of it. Why am I not calling him? And
because
I've been trying to work through.
In your heart.
Mm.
Because it requires
hear you.
even deeper, you're not really unblocked in your heart yet, because it requires even deeper spiritual work that you haven't, taken care of yet. And like we were answering for Gregory and Fabian earlier, like it's a process. It takes time. I know we've spoken about this in class quite a bit. It's like layers of the onion. You have to do this layer, and then it peels off. And now that that one's healed, there's a new upset. Just like the young lady we heard from at the very beginning, she had some trouble with the mirror exercise. She healed the upset that she's having with her mom, and now there's a new upset that arises. She didn't finish all the work, but she got the first layer of the onion. And that's why the mirror exercise is so important, is because it's the tool to peel each layer until you find that true love there.
Mm.
You're clearly upset that you don't have a connection with him. And you can word it any way you like, right? To do the mirror exercise with and find that part of yourself within and love and heal yourself. But at the end of the day, it must be done, right? The spiritual work is something that you do very diligently, step after step after step after step. Literally, we do nothing but spiritual work all day long.
Yeah.
And we have wonderful results all day long.
Yeah.
Wonderful results.
We got this working, our microphone working just in the
Yeah,
beginning
at the
of class.
beginning of class, it wasn't working. And I was like, okay, Shaleia, you go within and heal it. I'm going to try to figure out the technical.
And the second you asked me to go within and heal it, I'm like, I'm going to pull a card and see like what's up, because I don't know what's wrong. Like, I feel pretty open and receptive on my end.
And it started working. Fabian was like, hey, we hear you just fine right now. And we're like, I literally did nothing technically.
Yeah.
I just moved the mouse 4 inches to the right to like try to figure it out. And Shaleia had already healed it within. And then
It was gone.
it worked, right?
Yeah.
So this is how spiritual work works. If there's something that's blocking you, there's something that's upsetting you, something that you don't enjoy, something that is not good, something that is not divine in your experience, you do the mirror exercise. You heal that. You move beyond it. And you move forward with your life.
Right.
So maybe you're not feeling compelled to call him right now, but you're always compelled to do something. And so, sometimes that something is lay down and take a nap and do nothing. But you're never doing nothing. There's always something happening. If you're sleeping, you're sleeping. Right. That's an activity. That's a something. You're always guided to do something. And it's about following that good feeling. This is what's the best feeling thing for me to do now. This is the best feeling thing. And while it may seem to feel really good to spend all my money at once on a really wild night, it's going to feel really bad later on down the line to not be able to pay any of my bills because all my stuff's gone. And that actually doesn't feel good. So it only slightly felt good here. But that's because I was ignoring the bigger picture.
Well, you cashed in to get high for a short time, as
Right.
opposed to the long term.
And real spiritual work is about growing that foundation, increasing in sustainability, increasing in joy and love. Like there's no point where you cash in ever on your spiritual journey. You just simply keep growing what you're doing, and it always culminates to the next level for you. And once you achieve the next level, you keep growing. It's an endless growth. In this process of doing the mirror exercise, okay, you write it down. It evolves into something else when you can become really mastered. It evolves into everything we only ever point to, and it's your relationship with your source.
Right.
And that source lives within you and is, the foundation for all things. And so you must first find that relationship with source within you as your foundation and move forward with it, because it's a flowing, changing source. We're never doing the exact same thing day in and day out, even though it may appear that way for a period of time.
Right.
While we work through something. Like, I'm sure Fabian sits down every day or does the same thing every day for his spiritual work for months and months and months. And he still does it, but he's experiencing progress. So, he knows to keep doing it, and he knows that to not do it will feel really bad. So this is what he's doing, and he has faith that, well, I don't want to do this forever. Just being honest with myself here. I'm not want to sit in my chair and meditate and heal my upsets all day, or whatever he does all day, right? And we know, we don't want to do the exact same thing forever. That's boring. That's not fun. And so we continue to evolve. And as soon as we get stuck in our thinking pattern, we say, okay, well, this is it. Now we have a school and YouTube channel, and here's our lot in life. We're done. And here's our income, and here's our students, and here's our graduation rate, and all set life in a box. Now I can relax and paint that white picket fence. No, that's cashing out.
Yeah.
Because it's about always surfing that eternal wave of unfolding change. And if you have uncomfortableness with that change, you're not going to have a fun life. You're going to
Right.
immediately try to cash out. It's not about cashing out. It's not about cashing out ever at a certain point. Like Shaleia and I, we really want a house. We really, 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 really desire our own house, our own home. We live in a really sizable townhouse right now. It has all the space we need and more to grow yet. But eventually we're going to need a house. And in our minds, well, a house would allow us to settle down, and then we'd get that box. We'd have to change here. Oh, now we've got to open up to realize that that's not the end result. Our happiness doesn't come when. Your joy doesn't come later. Your perfection doesn't come when. Fabian should probably know this by now because he's been doing the same work for so many months and getting very minimal external results and yet wonderful internal results that happiness doesn't come later. Joy doesn't come later on down the road. It comes now when you invite it now. And that's what the mirror exercise points you to, is that relationship with God. And if you don't get that part yet, don't worry. We did the mirror exercise for years before we transcended it to the next level. Yeah. And if it takes you decades, do it. Do it because
it's worth it. Yeah.
Well,
not decades.
It takes you decades to master the mirror exercise.
Oh.
That's fine. Sit down and do the mirror exercise.
Yeah, just like any spiritual practice.
Everyone knows God because they know what feels good in your life. Everyone has a degree of their experience of mastery of God, and that's fine. Everyone does. You can't come to me and say, I know God. We have some part of your life that's kind of good. Just stop and pay attention to it, right? But there's parts of your life that aren't in alignment yet, and that's what you're learning to grow into. And that's what this work is deep mastery and manifestation.
I had a second question, if I could just ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
More compact. There was, I don't know if it was Anthony, I don't remember the name of the person, but they were offered a great job and they turned it down. And, you know, that's a totally personal choice. I get that. But there was a synchronicity that happened with my twin when we were together.
Yeah.
You know, I've invested a lot in a career and I'm not working now, and I've been blocked from that. But I feel like I have to choose between my career and my love. And you know, I don't want to be in that state. I want to be able to integrate my life.
Who's in charge?
But sometimes when I listen. Hopefully me.
Nope, you're not in charge of your life.
Oh God! Right.
Yeah, it's not the president. It's not anyone. Who's really in charge of your life?
Source.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know, it's your source. It's God. That's what's in charge of your life.
Do you hear me?
We hear Marianne's voice, I think, in the background somewhere. Maybe you can.
Well, I mean, is part of our mission as twin flames once we come into union to sort of renounce our professions, or you know, a lot of the people may not have developed as or spend as much time as I have in working towards this particular goal I have. To achieve something in my professional life. It's not the most important thing to me, but it's not unimportant to me either, if that makes sense.
Both of us had a deep amount of career behind us in our own way. Shaleia's fit really neatly, actually, because it was spirituality mostly and odd jobs here and there.
Well, I did also go to like college, university.
Right. She had has a graphic design degree. Yeah. She studied women's studies in college. She studied psychology in college. She's got a photography degree. She got real honors. Right? All of this. I was an eternal education. Right? And I have a business degree and a lot of entrepreneurial experience and training and sales training. All this stuff, right? Yeah. And we look at each other. We're like, I guess it fits. I mean, we'll figure something out, right? It's not for you. It's not for you to put the pieces together right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for you to let go and move toward what feels good to you and let God put the pieces together for you.
Yes.
Can you see how God put the pieces together for us? Shaleia does all the graphic design and photography for our work, and it's a huge part of our work. I mean, right now, she's using her photography degree and her design degree to make sure that everything looks good on camera and set this up. And right now I'm using my business and marketing skills to bring everyone together, and we brought our spiritual awareness and understanding and exploration together for our message. So you're not going to do what we do. And even Fabian, who's doing something very similar to us, is not doing what we do. He's doing what he does based on his experience. And you know what? When him and his twin flame come together in a harmonious union, it's going to change and evolve and grow. And the things that she's doing, the things that he's been doing are going to meld together in perfection. And they're going to have zero control over how that looks or what it is. Right. It's about letting go. It's about trusting in the divine as an intelligent and creative force that handles everything in your life. Does that make sense, Inga?
Yeah. I'm interviewing right now, which is why it's coming up, because I don't want to sabotage
when
myself.
did you do your first interview?
I'm sorry?
When did you get your first interview? When did that happen?
I had one this morning.
Wow.
Nice.
When did that
Yes.
start, though? When did that process start?
Well, it's been on and off for the last year and a half, but
So you've been interviewing on and off for the last year and a half.
well, it's been mostly off, to be honest, but it started up again. It started up again when I met up with my twin again, like, you know, physically. It started up again. The interviewing started up again. I almost got a job, but we went into separation right before I got the job, and then I sort of cratered and I didn't get the job. And this last opportunity started when I just determined that I was going to be with my twin, and I was going to get a job in San Francisco. And I now have an opportunity in San Francisco that I'm interviewing for.
Good for you. Well, congratulations on that. We're very happy to see you moving forward.
Yeah, congratulations.
Are you ready to have a job, Inga?
I'm almost ready. I'm worried that this work that I'm doing with the mirror exercise and the spiritual work is literally.
Keep going. We hear you just fine. Keep going.
Oh, there was okay.
So you're worried about the mirror exercise or something? Like we
Somebody must be recording this because there's something playing back.
Oh,
I don't know if someone's recording it or you're recording it, but
it's live online. It might be Lorraine's voice here. Okay, I think we should be good. Can you hear us now? Are you clear?
I can hear you.
Okay, Lorraine, maybe it popped in later. Okay, so go ahead. You said you're worried about the mirror exercise?
Wow, I don't know what's going on.
You said you're worried about the mirror exercise?
It's like a loop.
Did you open anything in the background? You got no tabs going.
It's not on my end. There's no.
We literally have our mic muted. There's no one else but you and us.
It's Marianne.
Marianne's muted.
Yeah, Marianne.
Here, let's actually click the mute button here. Is it clear now for you? You good?
That's good.
Oh, okay. She was like totally muted his voice, but we clicked the button. It should be handled now. So you said you were worried that the mirror exercise was going to do something?
Oh no, it's just this work that I'm doing is literally taking every ounce of energy I have, and you know,
because you're choosing to put into it, right? Like you choose, you know, what you want in your life. Do you choose to have an income and do some other kind of work in your life right now? Oh yeah, that's a big nod.
Well, I want. Okay, so I want to be able to be independent. And to me, that means that I need to stand on my own. It's part of releasing the relationship that I've been in for the last 16 years and moving away from that. So I see this as a sign that the universe is coming up to kind of meet me, to support me in that effort. That's the way I'm interpreting it as.
Yeah, so what are you worried about?
Well, I'm worried about getting a job where it's all consuming again.
Well, don't choose that. Don't invite that. don't communicate in the interview that you're willing to consume your whole life into the job.
Yeah.
Communicate to the universe that you have limits. Write them down if you need a little help in getting clear. But you're clear, just choose that. And only invite opportunities that, honor that.
Right.
And this, God knows what you want.
Yeah.
God knows exactly what you want. God is not trying to, figure you out. God created you. God knows you better than you ever could.
Yeah.
That's why we trust God, because it's logical in understanding what we are. It's logical. Gee, if I'm a baby and my parent is a pediatrician and a, child psychologist, they probably know my needs better than me. Wah, wah, that's all I know. Want something. They show up with some milk and a tender touch. Oh, didn't know I needed that touch. I just wanted milk. That's great. That's how God works. And this is a very oversimplification of your relationship with God, because God knows you more intimately, more completely, and in all ways than you ever will or could possibly know yourself.
Yeah.
That's why God's gifts for you are so perfect. But you have to be able to let go and open up to God's gifts for you. Because if you don't, well, you control and you limit the gift. And when you limit the gift sucks. And it might be kind of good, but we know the gift sucks compared to the gifts God gives us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that answer your question, Inga?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Welcome.
Who's got another question? I'm actually going to call on Angie. Angie, oh, she's got her hand raised. Great, you got to unmute her, please.
I
then mute.
will. I don't know where it is.
Asian monkey, hand me this, please.
Sorry.
Can you see that side?
Oh, there it is. Okay. Sweet.
Angie, hello.
Nice to meet you.
We've got no sound. You're not muted on our end.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
It's like I feel like I'm looking at her through infrared vision or something. It's all green. Yeah, we still don't hear you. I haven't heard a single sound come out.
I don't know if your microphone's turned on or.
Yeah, you might have a little mic mute. We'll give this a few more seconds before we have to move on. It feels good, that life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Any luck? No. Okay. I'm sure we'll figure it out. You figure it out next time. We'll see you in class.
There we go. All right. So who else has a question?
Hazel, do you have a question? No questions? Okay. You could ask us something. Well, you're here. Let us ask you. Is it okay if we ask you something? Okay, let's unmute her then. Hazel,
Right there.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You came last week and you said that you were starting a Facebook group for Twin Flame teens.
Yeah.
Very good. Congratulations.
Did you start that Facebook group yet, or is it still in the process of getting put together?
Yeah, I started it, but I didn't really put a lot of things on it yet.
Mm-hmm. What's the group name?
I'll have to check. Give me 1 second.
Sure, give it a check. Because we're going to tell everyone about it right now. I think that's what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
I thought it was a really good name. I can't remember it either, but
It's a good name.
I just read it and I'm like, it's a good name. I liked it. Very, very clever.
Make sure that you post it in the comments.
She did in this one,
of this video, so that
she did in the last
so people
video
can come
too.
access it.
Right.
Is this teens only then?
Well, no, it could be everybody. It was just I sort of directed it towards teens, since I didn't even notice that there was more Twin Flames my age.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, is to have a place for teenagers on their Twin Flame journey to come and discuss it, and feel like there are other people your age doing this, because you see lots of people who are much older, in their middle ages, you know, in their mid to late 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s doing this work, but you don't see a whole lot of, you know, teenagers catching on to
But
this
it's
quickly.
not uncommon. Like we worked with, we had a coaching client last year where she met her twin flame at like 13 or 14 years old, maybe even 12. It was young. It was like early teens, right? And there was another person we worked with where she also met her a twin flame like 18, 19 or...
Wasn't that Inga?
Oh, no, I was thinking of someone else. But
I thought Inga met her twin flame when she was 17, yeah?
Yeah, she did. Inga did, right. And I'm talking about another person that I remember that also...
So it happens. Like you
but it happens, you know?
Could be, you know, newborn out of the womb and meet your twin flame. You're going to have a different kind of relationship with them then, right? But, you know, your union is built on 3 tiers, right? First is your friendship. So, you know, you hear us talking about your ultimate lover, but it doesn't start there. That's just, you know, where people think within. That's how they start.
Right.
It starts with friendship.
Yes.
And then upon that, a partnership is built.
Right.
And then upon your friendship and partnership, a romance is built. So, you know, you can be working on that friendship and that partnership for years before you recognize a romance is there.
Right. I remember being a child. Of course, I didn't know the concept of twin flame, or I don't even think I knew what soulmate was, except through maybe with Disney. But I mean, I remember being a child thinking I met my one true love. You know, a neighbor down the street. He was probably about a year or 2 years older than me, and I thought that was that guy. But I'm saying, like, even children know, like, even, you know, they know in their heart, like, there's someone out there that's perfect for them. And so, of course, this is once again, you know, twin flame and the twin flame concept, and how it's nice to see people who are younger and in their teens desiring this, because I think there is definitely a security of, especially as a teenager, like, hey, I like, there's a one true love out there for me, and I can get in. You can get into your harmonious union as a teenager. You don't have to wait to be in your 20s or 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You don't have to wait. Only if you want to. Like, I don't think I was ready as a teenager, or, you know, even in my early 20s, because I fell under the spell of, I need to, like, go and have some fun before I settle down. And I did that. And Jeff, you know, he was the opposite. He really, like, hunkered down with one woman for a long time, and, you know, was really, like, strict on finding the one for him. But I still think that if this concept of twin flames gets out there for, you know, teenagers, that it's really going to help direct them down a really beautiful, wonderful path that makes their life a lot more easy and graceful. And
you can
something
start
to
it
look forward
right,
to.
right?
You can start it anytime.
Well, no, you can start your life right instead of having to build this career and this life and get married to the wrong person.
Right.
And like,
because what happens as a teenager is, like, right around the end of high school and after high school, you're really focused on building the foundation of your life. Like, that's the focus. Like, your childhood is kind of over, and that's okay. That's a very beautiful thing. But your twin flame is a pillar of a foundation for your life. And
so you're learning, right, in high school is you're discovering yourself, and you're finding out, you know, who you are and what you like and what you're passionate about, and you're exploring, and you may find out some things and you may not find out anything. Just keep finding things you don't like until you find something you like. But ultimately, you know, this is, anytime is the perfect time to find your twin flame. But you know, the best time is the youngest possible. And so, you know, do you have that? Did you find the name of your twin flame?
I found it. It's called Young Twin Flames Finding Their Way.
I love that.
Beautiful.
That's what we were just talking about, though. Yeah, young twin flames finding their way home.
So we assist you with the intention and imbue this group with divine love and perfection.
Absolutely.
And we hope that many people come to your group, Hazel, and please link it in the comments of this video later on when it posts.
Okay.
Good.
Very good. Thanks, Hazel.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah. So did anyone else have a question who has not yet asked a question? Okay. So we are sure.
Oh, Angie. Sorry.
Angie, we'll give it a try. Go ahead and unmute her.
You are
Slide the bar.
unmuted. Oh,
Now hit it.
it's not
Angie,
working.
you've got yourself muted on your end now. The little button you hit, we can't unmute you. That's not you, Shaleia.
Oh, sorry.
Angie's got a question. But Angie is muted. What will she do?
Can she type it or?
Well, yeah, you're muted. So, while she's working on that, we're gonna remove a few people. Unfortunately, if it's you, we're very sorry. But for anyone who's viewing this, find the link.
The link is in the Facebook invite.
Yep, and come click it because now's the time where you can come join this.
Now's the time, people.
Come ask live. So we'll just remove a few people here. So sorry, Hazel. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Inga, sorry, and thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. So let's see if we can fill up those 2 slots. In the meantime, Gregory, you got some questions still. I know you're full of questions. Hang on, let's bring your slider here. Okay. You are. I just muted you on accident. We hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
We hear you
Great.
just
How are
fine.
you guys? Yes.
Still living the dream.
Yes.
Still living our
Dream, yeah.
Oh, I'm excited about that. And actually, I wanted to actually talk to you guys about that. When I know that we have, of course, we're talking about the twin flame union, and if you're in this place in which where, you know, you're waiting for them, what would be your guys' recommendation to kind of get along with your soul purpose? Or what would be that next step that you guys would take in your journey as you are learning, you're growing yourself, you're just coming to just learn yourself? So what would you guys do to really just, I guess per se, get out there and learn who you are? What would be the best way to do that?
Gregory, you already know who you are. What's your real question?
My real question is, it's that path to recognizing those upsets, because I know that, you know, we talk about.
Yes, that's Gregory. What are you really asking? I know you're asking something juicy here.
Yes.
I can help you if you want. I can help you ask the question that you're asking.
Please. It's just
a question and spare you.
Yes, because I feel like you guys know what I'm trying to communicate here.
Oh, I know what you want to ask, right? And you know what you want to ask. You're just shy to ask it.
Yes.
Yeah, Gregory, you've met your twin flame.
Yes. Which I'm excited about.
Woo! Congratulations! This just happened.
Thank you.
Very recently, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes, actually yesterday, which was super exciting. So what would be that your guys' a best suggestion on getting along on that journey to assisting your twin flame without exactly
you assist yourself,
telling them?
You assist yourself. You just move forward naturally for you. It's not about them.
Yeah.
It's never going to be about anyone else but you. It's always about me and my relationships. It's always about Shaleia.
All right, that makes sense.
It's always about me and my relationship with Shaleia. That's how it's always balanced. I never have to worry about anyone else but how I feel.
Right.
And people think first, oh, that's so arrogant. You're not concerned about me? Well, we're one. So, you know, I am concerned about you by being concerned about me. I connect to God through me. Right. And when I'm in alignment with that and I express that, everything lines up naturally because that's how things are supposed to be. It's supposed to be perfect. Always. Just keep doing
yes. It. So in this, so how do you guys come together as one, but work together with your guys' different identities? Because I think sometimes, I guess per se, my question is getting into harmonious union where, because I desire having a partnership, but how do you separate, you know, what Jeff wants, what Shaleia wants,
There's
and really work with you guys is
There's no
different.
separation there.
Yeah.
What Jeff and
it's
Shaleia
not-
want is one
it's the
thing.
one
It's,
same
that's the
thing.
point of Twin Flames.
Yeah.
There's no compromise here. There's never any conflict here. It's always what I want. And for Shaleia, it's always what she wants. And we bring them both to the table, and it always fits perfectly.
Right. Yeah. There's never any conflict.
Yeah, and there's never any conflict with you and I, Gregory, or anyone else and anyone else at the core, because what you want at your core, what I want at my core, it's all the same thing because we're all one. This is, unity consciousness. And it's not something that you slap on top of what is. It's the truth of what is always working to arise through everything else. It's the path of least resistance. So when you really let go of, how everyone says society and how everyone says things work and how everything appears to work, and you really recognize how things do work, you can recognize there's no conflict between anyone.
Right.
There's no conflict whatsoever.
Yeah, like
Okay.
for me, I just waited for what was in my heart. Like when I told Jeff, I think we're twin flames. But before I even got to that place, this is when we're online dating. Like we already had like a relationship developed, a connection developed. It wasn't like the first time I talked to Jeff, hey, we're twin flames. I don't think I wouldn't have gotten the sexy response. I don't know. I was hoping for, but it doesn't really matter because the truth is that I had to investigate the connection before I could confirm it in my heart that, this feels like it's a twin, this feels like it's my twin. So, and then it came at the right time. I just said, what do you think of twin flames? I think you're mine. And he's like, what is that? I'm like, well, this is what it is. And we talk about it. And he believed me. I mean, he believed me what the concept was, and he believed that there was definitely a connection that was deeper and different than anyone else he had ever experienced. And then, when we really met in person, like, we just both knew, like, the second, like, we locked eyes, we're like, yeah, that's the one, that's it. It's my twin.
Yeah, all my games.
Oh,
Went
went away.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Couldn't play.
Yeah.
I have another question, and I love that you brought that up, Shaleia, because that really sparked something that I understand, and I'm really grateful for you guys because you guys are really the authority on twin flames. So how did you take your understanding and being presented a twin flame and really step into this authority as the teacher with so many different people out here claiming to be twin flame teachers and are not? So how did you really to step into that?
It's 88 right now on our phone.
Yeah.
808.
808.
Yeah, power and abundance and influence. So how did we step into the role and claim it as who and what we are?
There was
Yes.
no one else here
There
when we found out.
there's no one else.
We looked around, we're like, wow, there's other people who talk about twin flames. Oh, they're not talking about us.
They're not talking about it the way we are.
So we recognized we
What
were
we
the only
know.
ones here.
Right.
And we tried to partner with people. We're like, okay.
Yeah, there
there's
were
no
a
one
few
there.
people we tried to partner with that were talking about twin flames, but it was the partnership ended very abruptly, almost as we began, because we were not in alignment.
There was nothing there, right?
Right.
It became clear to us that we were the only ones that really understood this concept,
Right.
and that a lot of people wanted to know about the concept. And some people, a lot of them hold lots of pieces of truth, but
Sure.
they form them together to build a lie that benefits only them and control. It benefits
Right.
fear at the end of the day. And it may
Right.
appear to benefit love, but we go all the way to the core. You ignore the gorgeous veneer that so many of these, talented people have. They're using their talent to serve fear at the core. Excuse me.
Oh,
the
is
core.
that? Yeah.
And so we recognized this, right? And
Mhm.
we just spoke our truth. We just
Totally
shared
agree.
what was in our heart, right? We didn't come here and we're like, there's no one here. Well, we should be the leader.
No, but it's just very clear, like when you see what other people are teaching and talking about, like most twin flame channels and videos, they're really targeted of telling a story for the sake of solace. You know, divine masculine's coming home, you know, or divine feminine, you have to do this, and union is just around the corner. I mean, you can just type in twin flames on YouTube and just see everything that we're talking about. Where all the titles look and sound like a story, it's only to provide solace and never to provide solution. And when you look at Jeff and I, and you hear us, and you see and hear what we're talking about, like, we're always talking about a solution. We are never, and that's true solace, by the way. We're never talking about a story, because the truth is that the only person who can write your story is you. I have zero relatability to all those other videos and channels that just tell a story. I mean,
what do you want?
You know?
Do you want to just, you know, have another sucker popped in your mouth and be patted on the back and say you'll get it sometime? Or do you want to be pointed in the right direction and be, you know, encouraged forward?
Right.
So, you know.
And I think a lot of it is the realization that you have to do your spiritual work in order to get into your harmonious union. You can't skip it. You can't go somewhere else and hear someone talk spiritual and say your twin's coming or whatever.
Or they tell you that you're doing your spiritual work by doing whatever their dumb thing of the day is, but really it's just another way they can pop a sucker in your mouth because you heard that you have to do spiritual work, right? And so, you know, and get that solace.
Right, but
so I feel like you had a deeper. There's more to your question, right? Like,
no.
can you ask it again, or ask the rest of it?
Yes, I guess per se it's I really want to really get that message out there of you guys know what you guys are talking about, and I want to I guess per se just kind of I guess per se help along on that journey. Guys are headed and what you guys are teaching, because I think that there is a lot of confusion when it comes to, and I think you guys discussed this in a video of yours, that there's a lot of misguidance out there.
Yeah.
And I believe what you guys are teaching is actual truth. And I want to really touch on like that story of you guys coming into this truth and where you guys are going next, because I just feel as though you know, with what you guys are doing and things that are coming towards you guys, that it's just going to just keep expanding, it's going to keep growing larger, and I would love to see how that keeps going. So what is your guys' vision now together as being harmonious union, the authorities on twin flames and coming into union? What is your guys' next step from here?
Well, God's vision for us and our next step is to expand Ascension School. And you bring this up actually perfectly because we did want to talk about this.
Right time, I know.
So class sizes in Twin Flame Ascension School are limited. And we're going to have, at the end of the day, 5 classes for grade 1. And we really don't want to be working, you know, 19 hours a day to be able to provide this. So we needed to change the format. And by the way, there's still plenty of availability. I think we've got like 36 or so students. So we're going to be opening another class starting Wednesdays, 2 weeks from today at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a live class, and this is an invite only. You know, you have to reach out to us specifically to get to this class. And Gregory, and you see Lorraine here.
Wednesday the 24th. Yeah.
Wednesday the 24th is going to start.
Yeah.
Lorraine here with the black hair. She's smiling and waving. And Fabian that you've seen. Yeah, so there's Lorraine, and here's Fabian, and you know we've been talking to Gregory. Are going to be in this special version of Twin Flame Ascension School.
Yeah.
And this is going to be recorded, and you're going to be able to access it. The first 3 are going to be free, so everyone here, you can go check out the first 3 classes. Now, I know that you get kind of what you're going to get from Ascension School through these live Q&As, but they're actually nothing like the Ascension School. Ascension School goes a lot deeper. There's a much stronger, deeper purpose of moving into union in it, and you'll get to see that live. It'll be very different from this. It's going to be a closed structure, absolutely beautiful, and we needed a way that everyone could come be a part of this and make this possible. So right now, Twin Flame Ascension School is $199 for 4 classes. Every 4 weeks, right? And that gets you access to the group. What we're going to be doing is we're going to have a live forum group that anyone can join, whether you're paying the subscription, which we'll tell you about in a minute, for Twin Flame Ascension School, the broadcasted version of it,
Right.
or you're just curious about this journey. Anyone can join. And we'll be there helping to moderate the group, make sure there's no knuckleheads in there messing around, right? But that group will be available. And then after the first 3, it's going to be only $99 for 4 weeks. Sounds like we got Angie ready to go. So if you can, Shaleia,
Sure,
meet her
yeah.
right now at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then we will be able to get her question soon. So there's going to be a live, just get back to track here.
A live class.
Nope, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's $99 for every 4 weeks to subscribe to this. And, you know, you get not only the class, and you can watch it anytime you want. So many of you, money was an issue. $199 every 4 weeks can be a lot for some of you on limited income, but $99 every 4 weeks is much more affordable.
Right.
You know, most people should be able to afford $25 a week. If you go rake some lawns for, you know, a few hours, you can make that happen for you, right? And then there's also going to be an option where you can just have lifetime access to all the videos for $9.99. And no matter how many videos we put out, you're going to have lifetime access to them, and they'll be recorded so you can go back and watch the classes.
Yeah, and there's going to be many, many live classes, so you're going to get your money's worth.
You're going to get to see Gregory and Fabian and Lorraine all graduate into Harmonious Union.
Yeah.
You're going to get to see new students come in and move through and graduate into their Harmonious
And
Unions
all
as
these
well.
stories and watching Jeff work is also going to be very helpful and healing for you and your own twin flame journey. And of course, it's so much more deeper than what you would receive free from us on our YouTube channel or
even the Q&A.
On these Q&As. You get to see directly the process of getting into Harmonious Twin Flame Union, and you get to see the process of our spiritual work and how we remove blocks and step into a much higher vibration of love and stepping into the vibration of Harmonious Twin Flame Union. So that is going to help attune you as someone who's subscribing to the live classes for $99 every 4 weeks. That is going to be very, very helpful for you in getting all the information and the support you need, plus the support of the group that you are invited into, and just being able to take your own spiritual journey and your own spiritual practice to a much deeper level.
Beautiful. So that's what's on the horizon for us, and that's God's vision for us and what we're stepping into in the short term.
Long term, though, we're hitting the road.
So the greater vision is to publish a book, which we will announce the title of in due time.
Another book. We already have a book,
right?
But we're going to publish a new book.
It's going to include some of the stories with some of the faces you're familiar with through, you know, Twin Flame Ascension School, and through our, you know, perhaps Contessa and Jason's story will be in there if they choose to, you know, share it.
I hope so.
I hope so. And Gregory's and Fabian's and Lorraine's and, you know, other people as well who we may or may not have met yet through Ascension School, and people who make it into their Harmonious Unions, their stories will be in there. And this is going to be the kind of scientific proof for twin flames that consciousness needs.
Right.
So right now, you know, you can see it's a pretty big movement so far, but we've only got, you know, in the 30s, you know, people in Ascension School, and we've got, you know, maybe 6,000 subscribers and likes on our, you know, our channels, and you can see that it's fairly small, but it's very active for the size of the audience and the people here, very passionate people. And what everyone here is doing is establishing a way for the rest of the planet to get into their harmonious unions, for twin flames to become a common household awareness, like God. Like spirituality, like soulmates,
like
for
tree.
example, right? Like tree. it becomes so common that everyone knows about it and anyone
Right.
can access it and have it.
Right.
And so we're working on and developing the foundational blocks to start a global movement of bringing everyone into harmonious union.
Yes.
And what this is, this global movement is really just the ascension process.
Right.
Or as many books have called it, or spiritual books have prophesied, this is the second coming of the Christ consciousness. This is God's kingdom being established on the planet here today, is right now with you coming into your harmonious union.
Yeah.
And all that requires is for you to do the mirror exercise and love yourself.
Mm.
We're building a new earth based on love. And our societies are built on family units. And family units are built on parents. Father and father, mother and mother, mother and father. Parents. Twin flames in harmonious union. That is the ideal building block for society. Twin flames in harmonious union, the building block for their union was love or God.
Right.
And so you can establish a whole world of love, of God's kingdom, through twin flames, through a very easy process. No, not a very simple process, excuse me. And actually, it is pretty easy. Yeah, Lorraine, unmuted, please. No, not that way.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
There she is.
There we go. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
We heard you when you said, "Can you hear me?" Can't hear anymore. You must have muted yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you now.
Hello, everyone. I just want to start off by saying how much love and appreciation I have for Twin Flame Ascension School. The support that you offer is just I don't even know how to say how much I appreciate the support that is offered through the school. I could have never made it this far without it. And I absolutely love and enjoy everyone. People message me and tell me that I'm an inspiration, but I'm sending right back that everyone else is inspired.
Yeah.
The work that we're all doing is so important to get the word out, because I'm one of those who didn't know what all of this was, and it's one of my most the hugest block that we have. Like, we look at each other like, is this really real? Are you really real? And it's a big thing that everyone has to know about. And I started to bring it up to my daughters because it's going to be a part of their lives. And they were like, what is this? Like, they didn't understand. Like, I'm just trying to introduce it, because I kept it away for so long because I wasn't sure, is it really him? Is this really true? Is this really going on? And I brought up, there's something that came into my mind when I was thinking about things, because I'm allowing a part of him, even though he's me, like a part of everything, just to really sink in and be real, so that block can go away. And he said something to me when we met. He's like, I can't wait to be a grandpa, because he doesn't have any children of his own. And then I started to think, like, if it's really me, my children are part of him in some way. And I think, like, my grandchildren are going to be affected by all of the work that I'm doing, and so are my girls.
Oh yeah.
And I think he was trying to tell me that when I think he was trying to hit me off, like, wake up and look what we have here. And it's all coming together to see, like, it's just so important, the work that we're doing, and the amounts, it really is all day long a conscious effort to really love yourself and be in tune. But it is really important work what we're doing here.
Right.
And I'm so proud to be part of it. And I'm excited, and I just want to say thank you to everyone for inspiring me and being there, because the support is well needed, and I'm sure our support will help the new ones coming in. And just the whole triple ripple effect, and how beautiful it will all eventually get there. It's just truly amazing. And
you bring up a really good point, Lorraine, that the support at this time especially is essential, because this is really leading edge stuff.
Right.
It really is. And Gregory was pointing out, like, you're the only authority out here on this. Like, Fabian's an authority, right? But like, this is the sphere. Like, our sphere, which Fabian is included in, is the only thing out there that has the truth of this. And it's really essential to have a powerful support system, especially if you're compelled to be one of the leading edge people bringing this into being. You know, we've got our YouTube channel, and we've got Twin Flame. Really, Twin Flame Ascension School is the heart of our work here.
Right.
And everything else leads to support that for the students there, because the students who are at work here in Ascension School are the heart of this work, the heart of you know, clearing the way for the rest of the planet, for helping it unfold. And we really are. We're working together for the ripple effect for not just everyone on the planet today, but all generations to come. This is the seed of a perfect, peaceful, happy, loving planet.
Yeah.
Because once you know love, and once you know that every neighbor, wherever corner of the globe they are, is your equal in love, is for you, thinks as one with you, is not separate from you, does not oppose you in any way, works perfectly in conjunction with you, you cannot fight. You cannot not love them. You cannot support them on their way and be supported on your way by them.
Right.
No, true. And that's why God guides you every step of the way, because this is just love. And if you just allow it in and listen and ask him, he just takes you along and he guides you, because this is what he chose for all of us. And I'm so proud to be part of it and to just serve. It really is so beautiful, and everyone is beautiful. The only thing is I love the support, but when you go talk to the neighbors, everybody's like, what is it that you're doing?
Don't worry, Lorraine.
They might know the name, but they don't know exactly what the work you're doing. It's
don't worry, Lorraine. They are they will be told soon in a way that they can understand.
Right.
For now, only you know, not everyone can hear this message yet, and that's okay.
It's okay.
But those who need to hear it to prepare the way for others will hear it, and then you will see us write the book, because there's a lot more logic and science behind it, a lot more stories behind it to back it up.
Right.
And through this process that God is leading every step of the ways, God's leading each of us, God's leading us, and God's helping us to lead the rest of the world into perfect love. So don't worry. Sit back and relax, enjoy the ride, and do your spiritual work. But we do need to move on to Angie, so she does get her question answered. And I think that, you know, we should be able to hear her.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yay! Yes, we can.
Okay. I was on my laptop before, and because I couldn't get Hangouts to work on my phone, so, and yeah, I think I'm probably a little outdated with my microphone there. So anyways, luckily I got Hangouts to work on the phone, so here I am.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, we're very glad to be able to hear your voice for the first time.
Yeah.
And congratulations
It
again.
won't be the last time.
Yeah.
We plan on doing a lot of talking in school, which is good.
Congratulations again for joining Twin Flame Ascension School.
Yeah.
Angie, you were
I'm really excited about it. I'm glad
I gave a reading to, and it was one of those not so nice news kind of readings. It was a Twin Flame romance report. And, you know, if you're just coming into this work, great place to start with me as a romance report. They're not going to be available forever. They're available for now. And she got hers. And she was one of those people that was like, she wrote a testimonial about this. She's like, screw this. He is very wrong. This is not my false twin flame. This is a true twin flame. Screw this. And then what happened, Angie?
it wasn't. He was a false twin. But it was. I was so focused on the false twin, I completely missed my real twin. I know who my real twin is now.
Ah, bravo! And you do know who your real twin flame is now. Congratulations.
Good.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we've been kind of having a little bit of problems lately. Well, no, actually, we're good. We're really good. Like we're really good friends. Like there's nothing romantic that's happened yet. We've told each other we love each other. We know that we're in love with each other and stuff. What I have a problem with is that there's someone that he was seeing keeps coming back into the picture and confusing. We were, like I'm talking, we were really, really, really close to union. And then, and like I had mentioned before about, I haven't been with anybody else. I can't be. But he seems to have no problem before. And then when you guys put out that video about what if there was someone else, made complete sense to me. I wasn't, because I wasn't claiming my union. I was still hung up on the false.
So if you could,
anyways,
we're running out of time here, Angie. If you could really
I'll just get to the question. It's,
ask your question.
he just so he's finished things with the other one. It never really took off, and then we kind of came back into each other's lives. And he's told the other one he'll be friends with them, but no flirting, no passes and everything.
Just 1 second here. We don't need any story. Ask us your question.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, he keeps this other one keeps coming back.
So they keep coming back. That's your question. How do you get them to stop coming back?
Yeah, how do you get them to stop, keep making passes at my twin flame?
No, I'm kidding.
Is the upset that
I want to.
Is the upset that someone else is making? Is the upset that someone else is making passes at your twin flame?
Well, they're unwanted by either one of us, but what it's doing is it's confusing my twin. He can't close the door because of this other person. He told me that straight up. He told me that tonight. He says, I have a hard time. He says, I don't care about him.
Angie, let us help you, please.
Okay.
Are you upset that your twin flame is confused?
Yes.
Good. Start there with the mirror exercise.
Yeah.
I'm upset with my twin flame because he is confused. I'm upset with myself because I am confused. And heal it from there. Unfortunately, we do not have any further time, but I know that you've read our book, and I know that you have the mirror exercise, and I know that you know how to heal it from here, and I know that you're in Ascension School, and if you are having trouble, you can post in the group immediately and get immediate feedback from many people who love to help answer questions.
Yeah, this is a really good question. You can post in the group right now and get immediate
and we can talk about it in class if you need to as well.
In class, yeah.
So thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you.
We're so glad for everyone's presence here and all your questions. They were beautiful. For our final Q&A, we will let you have a space of asking questions in the invitation, which we'll put out next Monday.
Right.
So on the make sure you're Facebook friends with us or that you've liked our page, because we'll put that up on our
it's all in the description box below. You can click on those links.
Twin Flames Universe Facebook page. Make sure you like that and you follow it so you get this invitation to the next Twin Flames Q&A. Ask your questions directly onto onto the event page.
Sounds good.
And we'll just go one by one and ask them, and we'll also have people live as well that we can help answer questions.
Yeah, and next week, hopefully we can have Jason and Contessa come back, and they can also answer questions and share their journey, because then they would be like 2.5 weeks into their harmonious union, and I'm pretty sure people would want to hear about how it went or how it's going on your journey. But quickly, in just one sentence, guys, how has your harmonious union been in the last week and a half? Excuse me, Jeff.
Pardon, here we go.
There you go. Yep, you got it.
I don't want to talk.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
I know.
Constantly growing. Definitely rapidly changing.
Yeah. Good.
Mirror, mirror, mirror.
Right, it doesn't matter, right? Even
the reason that you had to do the mirror exercise so much before this is to prepare yourself for being able to do this now.
Right.
Because now that you're here, you better have had this mastered at this point.
Oh, it only gets more intense if you can't stop the mirror exercise.
You can't stop your spiritual work, right? It's impossible at this point.
Right. So thank you so much. So we'll hear from them next week too more. And yeah, what a wonderful Q&A. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for today's webinar. We hope to see you next week. Same time, same place. We'll send out invites, and it'll be our final Q&A.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.